Hi there, and a warm welcome to the Road to Success with the LadyMayowa podcast. Here on the podcast, we get into the stories, struggles, and successes of entrepreneurs and career professionals. From the heart of Dubai today, I present to you Romeo, a Filipino resident in the United Arab Emirates, a young man who came here as just a regular talented guy and has now grown to become the founder of an academy. We get into his heart for community, his heart for people and building people, and we get into his success story. Do enjoy. And so with me, I've got Romeo Riataza. He is an all-round, Romeo is an entrepreneur, obviously. Creative, super talented, super diligent. I'm just awed by his story and how much he's been able to accomplish in as many years. Let's not tell them your age now, right? But Romeo, it's so good to have you.
Hi, Mayowa. How are you?
Where did we first meet?
I believe it was an event related to the UAE Africa Networking Group.
Was it
the fifth anniversary.
That was it?
Yes.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
I asked you to have a video greetings for our first We Heist Award.
That is true.
Memories.
And so listen, everybody knows me. Like, my memory is special.
Yeah.
And since then, it's been just one project to another, working
Yes.
together, you supporting Road to Success.
Of course.
Me emceeing the last We Heist Awards.
We were behind the first initial graphics for the Road to Success. And I believe, Mayowa, we have a very good conversation before because I think this is a trivia. When you're formulating your event, you were quite worried about what will be the process of the events. And then we were actually the first team and we really pushed you that Mayowa just go for
Just
it.
go for it.
See now where you are
Look,
right now.
It's amazing. And congratulations to you as
Thank
well.
you, thank you.
You've just opened your academy.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Sure. For those who don't know us, we're actually the founder of the Expats Insider. So we started 2018 and before it was just vlog. But the problem for us, we don't really want to show our faces in the camera. That's why we transitioned on highlighting different stories of the expat community. And from there, it just goes up. Like once we upload the stories, people are watching. I remember there's one person who messaged us that he or she is about to commit a suicide. But when she saw the video of one of the expat that we feature, it really inspired her. And now we're very proud that she survived and she actually attended the awards night. I cannot tell her name, but she was there. And then after that, we realized that what's next? So we told ourselves, what if we archive all of the stories that we have digitally and put it into a paper, which is a magazine? But we don't want to have like just a magazine. We want to honor all of these people. And that's the birth of the hashtag We Heist Award. It stands for honoring exceptional, inspiring succeeders. So started with almost no budget, but we were amazed because the first We Heist was conducted in Hyatt Regency, 5-star hotel with 250 guests. And it evolved on the second year where LadyMayowa was our host. But the second year was more festive because we celebrate culture. And the third issue of the magazine is focusing on the Africa. And that is something that I also want to say to your audience because the African community has been so so awesome to me. Like working to other nationality. And I think that's the beauty of UAE.
Yeah.
The diverse expat community. And from there, I told myself with my business partner, Noel, what's next? Like what we can do more. And then it just arise the idea because for those who don't know, I graduate early 17 years old during college. And I understand the importance of education. And Noel, on the other hand, is an educator. He is actually a licensed teacher back in the Philippines. Education, let's go for education. And we're very proud that last September 9, we just opened the Expats Insider Training Institute. Yes. And we have this advocacy to really help the expat community to gain more knowledge. Because as for those people who don't know, once you finish your program with us, you can actually have a KHDA certificate. KHDA is the educational system of the government. So, for example, there's a particular expat from, like, for example, in the Philippines, who wasn't able to finish their study back in the Philippines. And here in UAE, once you apply for your visa, sometimes they're really requiring an educational attainment. If you don't have that, there's another process, but you have to attend several seminars, blah, blah, blah. So the KHD is the shortcut. So once you finish your program with us, you'll be attested with the KHDA, and you can actually put a stamp for the MOFA. MOFA stands for Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And now your PRO can use that document for your visa application.
Which is good.
Yes, yes.
But I want to get into the backstory of
Sure.
how, when I met you, I just knew you as this creative guy.
Thank you.
Graphics, videos, anything that's got to do with like creativity and events. I feel like Romeo is your guy. I don't even know what you studied in school.
Really?
But I just knew that Romeo is a creative.
Thank you
That's
so
who he
much.
is. And to go from creativity to now owning an academy in Dubai as a young person, I find that very interesting. Did you have like a major sponsor that just gave you a lot of money? Is that what happened?
Wow, that's very good question. No, actually, no. I'm very proud to say that the business that we open is purely Filipino owned with my business partner, and that's the good avenue that Dubai have done, the UAE have done for the expat community, because you can open now business without a local partner. So there's just a different process for that one, but at least now we own the company card wherein we can visa our employees right away. You can control the entire system, and it's giving us a lot of space to be more creative. So going back a little bit, I started my journey here 2017. For the background, I'm really into people because I'm an HR graduate, human resource development management. And as you can see, we started from just a very simple process wherein we just want to tell to the world that we're talented. And then once you really have a good passion, the client are the one coming to you. And then they discover you, Romeo, what if we do this, we do this. So just a quick trivia, I was only employed once. The first company that really picked me from the Philippines, because I did not go through on the hiring process.
Yeah.
They actually saw me and then, I want you to work
Gave
with
you
me.
a job.
And then I fly here and then I start working with them. The good thing about them, because I saw how Dubai works, and I told myself, it's really possible to open your own business. So for the first 6 to 1 year, I studied a lot. I finished different courses also as well. And then that was my head's hop to tell that, okay, I have to do this and create something different.
That's
Yeah.
really good. But have you ever been afraid to do all of these things?
I love to be afraid, because there's two factors. One, if you're afraid, for me, like for example, there's a specific event that we're doing. I told myself I want to be nervous. I want to be afraid, because the moment I'm afraid, I level up my game. I have to do something different to prepare, so that that fear will be eliminated, and then I be all confident. And I think it's just normal, Mayowa. Like for me, like an expat, 5'3" in height, Asian, and sometimes like if you're in a big room with all of these big guys, sometimes the moment that you can only gain respect is the moment you really show to them how you really are. So it's really more of trusting yourself and the people around me. I was just so blessed that during this journey, I was surrounded with the very good people. And instead of exposing myself to different individual trying to tell you that you cannot do it, I focus more on the few people who can tell me that you can do it. So focus on the positive and eliminate the toxic people.
That's really good. Romeo, you're someone who knows how to get in a community, right? If there's one Filipino who is African, I think that's you in this country, right? At least all the leading personalities and sort of just like leaders in the community, you've done one thing or the other with them. And, you know, it feels like your family, and you have a good heart to just help people. how important is community to growing and becoming successful?
Very, very important. In my experience, you cannot be successful alone. And alone doesn't mean that you have to be with your co-nationality. After all, we are here in UAE. And that's the beauty of this place. Diversity, different culture. And it's just surprised me because when I was in your community, I was more recognized in terms of my skills and talent. In fact, this is true facts. Our majority of our client base when we're starting are coming from the African community. You saw us first. And I'm very grateful. The biggest event that we co-organized was the All Africa Festival. That was your community, even before the Filipino community recognized us. So that is something. I'm not telling that the Filipino community, because there's so much talent in the Filipino.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
that's one of the reasons. So that's one of my strategy, that if you cannot be seen on a specific audience or crowd, try to check other crowd. Remember the story of selling a water? If this water is sellable only here for 10 dirham, it's 20 dirham in the
Somewhere
airport.
else.
So your worth really depends on the place that you are staying. And I'm just so thankful with the African community, and I love the energy, the fun, the discussion, and every time I enter your community, they're always surprised. And I think that's also something, a very proud moment for me. Let's say, for example, during the what do you call this one? Titans of Africa, wherein I was there leading the entire team and then different nationality. That is something for me, a plus factor that these people trusted me, so I have to perform well. And yeah, and then everything was just so linked.
It's really good. Tell me, who was the first person to inspire you to succeed, right? Because, and I ask that question because not everybody wants to be like that big, that successful. Not everybody's got ambition. Not everybody has that. And I'm just wondering, what keeps driving you? What has been driving you?
If I want to be focusing in one person, definitely my grandpa, who's already in heaven. He really taught me well. My grandpa is actually wealthy back in the Philippines. He have a lot of farms. He's actually good. But he really trained me very well. I remember he don't give me allowances. He only give me sack of potatoes or sack of sweet potatoes. And then he told me, this is 500 pesos. Buy the raw materials, do some business, and then sell it. The money that you will get from there will be your allowance.
Wow.
So that's how I thought. So from the very young age, I was already selling banana cues, kamuti cues.
Wait. Slow down.
Sure.
How old were you at this time?
I'm 28 right now.
No, then.
Then I finished 17 years old during college. So I start selling at the age of 5 years old. That was grade 1 or grade 2?
5 years old.
Yeah, 5 years old.
But your grandfather was wealthy.
I can say enough wealthy.
Yeah. I mean, wealthy is wealthy.
Yeah.
And he didn't give you money.
Yeah.
At that time, did you feel like he was wicked?
Not really. I was up to the challenge actually, because he gave me a different motivation. So he was like, I have tons of, we called it in the Philippines, alcansya, or like a money bank, like boxes where you can put your money.
Like a piggy bank?
Piggy bank, yeah. And then he told me, what is your top 5 priority things that you want to buy? So in one piggy bank, I put bag, shoes, blah, blah, blah. And then he told me, now should know your priority. So whenever you have extra from the business, mini business that you're selling, put it here. Once you finish your grade, for example, grade 2, grade 3, if you finish third, I will double it.
Oh, wow.
If you finish second, I will quadruple it. So that's how he motivate me. So it's like a combination of, I have to sell more so that I can do it. At the same time, you have to finish your study very well so that you're assuming that this will be 4 times the money that you will get. So that's how he motivate me.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
So coming to Dubai and the UAE, I know that maybe majority of your family is not here. I don't even know if you have even any direct family here.
Yeah, that's another showbiz story because I think I can share a little bit of information because my father died at the early age of when I was 2 years old, and my mom, I never saw her. My grandfather and my grandmother are the one who really raised me. That's why I'm Junior, because they name me after my father. But it's, I don't know. But my titos and titas doesn't really like me that much. So it's like a teleserye scenario. Like even during Christmas, everyone was enjoying the moment, and then you're washing the dishes. So things like that. But it drive me. But I was so thankful of that, because it pushed me hard. That if you will not be accepted on a particular box, get out of the box and find the other boxes. And then I realized maybe I don't fit in any boxes. I will create my own box. So I create my own system, positive system. And then later on, I realized, okay, maybe that's my calling, because in time, I can also help my co-peers find their new job, find their new home. And I'm just so happy with my team right now.
That's amazing. When I look at you and I look at all the projects that you do, I'm always like, how is Romeo doing it? I've heard so many stories about your office space. I mean, all my people who have been there, like, oh my God, what Romeo is putting together, it looks amazing. It's amazing. Like, the reviews are amazing. And I know in Dubai, nothing is cheap.
True.
And I know that you hadn't done an event, and even for the event to raise money is a lot. So how have you done that? Because I know that you're not working with like Nike and they're not giving you like $100 million budget.
I know.
Right. I mean, how have you been able to raise capital to do all of these things?
For a startup business, of course, like especially that the industry that we enter is quite difficult, because the payment for the license for the actual business is different from the actual certification from the education.
Yeah.
So it's quite a lot. When we're still formulating this one, I think I can tell this story, no? I used to handle a school before. I can't name them, but I used to handle a school before. The problem is that I saw the system and it hurt me. It hurt me because the name of the school is not even licensed under the government. After you finish your program with them, that certificate that you will receive is a different certification from what they offer actually in reality. And then I saw the people, they're not having their visas, they're not having their benefits. And it pushed me because I'm an HR. And I told myself, if I'm about to create my own company, I want to make it sure that everyone is happy. And the key factor also is the environment. So we have to create a new space that is very spacious, enjoyable, like different area, because we really consider that one also, Mayowa. The students that are coming, sometimes the only day or the rest day is the only day that they can come for us to continue their education. And I don't want to give them a place wherein there's water dripping in the ceiling. The floor is not okay. The space is very small and
it's not conducive.
Exactly, and not legal. So that's why we're really pushing for proper legalities. So we're very proud that under the Expats Insider, we want to make it sure that everything is legal. So we process all papers, documents. We asked, even the government visited the place for checking all the area. And then we're very proud that we passed. And then now we're fully operating. So the classes will start by October 7 and 8. And hopefully that's just the start, because we're working on new offices very soon to cater more students.
What inspires you to keep going? What just keeps you going? I know that you definitely have challenges, and I'd also like to know what some of the challenges are that you've had to navigate to push, because nothing is ever just 100% easy.
I know.
Right?
I know.
So what keeps you going?
My dreams, and sorry, but I'm very ambitious.
That's a good thing.
I really want to help more people, and we're really advocating to create because I don't want to die that people just forget about me. I'm still 28, but I'm working on my legacy. I want people to remember me as the guy who helped, who provide, who opened doors for opportunities for other. And I think that linked to the business that we're opening right now, because to be honest, Mayowa, call it cheesy, but I don't really see it as a business. I see it more as a door of opportunity for other students. Because as you can see, we almost give everything to our student. There's a lot of different business owner telling me, Romy, what you're doing? You're giving too much to the student, because we're quite very unique. Like the moment the students enter with us, we have what we call the student kit, wherein there's free notebook, free mugs, free uniforms, free whatsoever, and all of that is actually part of the cost. So the other people were like, "What are you doing, Romeo? You're giving too much." But no, we really want to give the experience to the student that I'm coming back to the school, because the only thing that we request to the student, experience us and spread the good news. Because the moment we have good numbers of students and the business is already ongoing, we're okay with that. So it's more of working on my legacy right now, of course, with my business partner, and more of reaching more people. After all, we're the Expats Insider. So we're focusing also on the expat community.
What are some of the challenges that you've had to really push through?
Of course, finances. That's number one. First, because it's very expensive. But I don't know what happened, Mayowa. It's just there's came to the point that we push for it, and we're still, we're still lacking for a little bit of budget. But when we're at the mid of it, the money is coming, and then all of the sudden we transition to this, to this, to this, and up until it was spilled. Maybe another challenge that we have to face is that as being true with our advocacy right now, the system of education especially on the Filipino community, because there's a lot of school out there offering the same thing, offering KHDA, blah blah blah, but in reality, some of them are not even licensed. And the worst case scenario, Mayowa, actually this is for the students, if hopefully you're watching this. If you go to the portal of KHD, there's actually an area there wherein they can search the name of the school. So that's the first thing that they have to do. Search the name of the school and make it sure if it's legal or not. Second, under the name of the school, there are the list of the courses. So if the school is offering courses that are not approved under the government, that is something that they need to be scared again. And there are other schools that are operating under this name. Let's say, for example, blah, blah, blah academy. And then all of the sudden, they finish their program there. They will receive a different certificate coming from a different school. That's another misleading information. That's not legal. So we really want the student to be very educated. That's why we created the Hope Orientation. So Hope Orientation is honing one's potential, hope, exceptionality, sorry. So what will happen there is that the moment the student enter our school, we give them the full orientation, transparency from the cost, from the courses, and other information. So we guide them, and then we don't force them to pay the enrollment fee right away. So right after they understand and fully understand the entire setup, that's the moment that they can enroll with us. Transparency 100%.
Oh, that's really good. So now you've done, just one thing to another bigger thing. Started like a vlog, and then went into like a magazine. Then from there went into an event, and from there gone into
Institution.
an academy.
Yes.
It's like one level to the next. What is success to you? What would be, your definition of success?
Wow. For me, success is relative in meaning. It really matters on different individual. As I always say to the people, like for example, I managed to eat right now. I consider myself successful. I managed to pay for the tuition for my brothers and sister back in the Philippines. I consider myself successful. So for me, success is evolution. Meaning, don't be contented. Have your own definition of success. Let's say, for example, today, my success is if I manage to finish my studies. Right after you finish your study, change your definition of success. Have your different new goal, because in that way you can keep on going. So putting your success in just one box and having that entire meaning, it will end there. That's why, like for us, I'm not contented. That's why from vlogging to, to the magazine up until we open our school, we have a lot of plans right ahead, because right now, for me, again, the success definition is already changed, Mayowa. Now, I'm really advocating also that my people will not just be my people. In time, they will have their own business. That's how I see it. Like, for example, one employee, they can have their own coffee shop. I will support them. One employee will open their own business, because we're here in UAE. We're here to evolve. because you'll never know what that person can help also in the future. And that's how we want to work also with our legacy. It's like networking, but in a positive way.
You know, this thing you said, not everybody thinks like that. Not everybody thinks of how those who are sort of like under them, who work for them, or would also branch out and become like their own bosses. How come people don't have that same?
I really don't know. But for me, I really want my people to grow. For me, I consider myself as an effective leader if I saw my people grow. I don't want them to follow me all the time. And I don't even consider them as a follower. Hi, my team. We're really enjoying the moment. We're just so happy. There's no boss. In fact, I was very open to them that these are my weaknesses. For other bosses or maybe other leaders, they won't tell their weakness. I was very transparent. I even told them I'm a dyslexic problem. So if you saw me having wrong spelling in our forms or whatsoever, please inform me. And having that transparency with your people, it will make you more human. And it really transition. Example, Mayowa, we have our timings, like 9 a.m. up until this time. But people extend and don't bother if they're being paid for the overtime or whatsoever, because the relationship there was already solid. And right now, I have plans for each of my team. Like, this person will be ripened in 2 to 3 years. We will open another business for you. This person will ripen after how many years? So that's how I visualize them, because soon I want them to be very successful. And imagine if these are your people and all of you are brought up all together. It's fun to be on the top with the people that you're with to begin with.
That's really good. If you were talking to a younger person now, you know, about life, about becoming successful, about working hard, building something, what would you tell that person? How would you advise that young person?
Yeah. Hi, young person. I would definitely tell that person that just trust the process. Like for me, I never imagined that I'm here in Dubai already. During college, I managed to finish my study just because of scholarship. I was to working evening at a canteen, cooking early in the morning, and then later on go to the school. At evening, I try to do some other gigs, hosting, and then doing some projects for other different individuals. So if I told myself there that I want to give up, then there will be no Romeo here talking with Mayowa. And that is always my advice to the younger generation, that just trust the process, because it may be very difficult right now, but the beholder, whoever their beholder is, will not give challenges to you if you cannot overcome it. So if you were challenged in that particular scenario, accept it. Meaning be confident, because you know that you can do it. That's what I'm always trying to say to myself. If something happened, a problem happened, okay, the beholder will not give this problem to me if I cannot fix. So game on. So always have that positive mentality, and avoid toxic individuals, especially the narcissist people, because you're just wasting your time with them.
Why do I feel like you have an experience with a narcissist?
I have. I have, because there are some individuals really that whatever things that you keep on telling to them, even though you're not really fighting with them, they have their own version of their own world. They feel like they're the victim. They feel like they're the one being put in down, but in reality, they're actually the one doing victimize the other different individual. If you meet these people, avoid. Run. Because you're just wasting your time.
So I know that in this conversation, one thing I've picked from you is you talking about what next. You're always, I think, like you're the what next guy.
Wow, that's a good title.
You're the what next guy.
Okay.
So now that, and I know you're still in the early stages of the academy, and I know you're just still trying to get students in, get it running, get it successful. Are you already thinking of the what next?
Yes, we have. In fact, the next business that we're working right now is already on its way. We have our engineers and architect working on the layout of the new business that we're working. I cannot tell the full details yet, but we're entering the food industry.
Wow.
Yes. We're now getting smart. We're identifying the wants and needs, and wants is something that you need to enter in terms of business, and food is definitely the needs. Yeah, food is definitely a need, and that is something that no one can escape. So it's a daily consumable, and with our creative ideas on how we can create this setup, for sure it will be a big hit.
That's
And
amazing.
climbing it. That time you need to be there during the opening.
I promise I'm going to be there. And you know that I love you. And you know that I was
know.
there spiritually, but just listen.
Yeah, even our opening, I inject the African blood with
I
me.
saw that, the
Yeah,
drummers and
the
everything.
drummers was there.
I was like, what are those guys doing there?
See?
But I saw that you also use like an African model,
Yes.
EJ.
Yes.
So well done. I see how
Yes.
you're trying to, you keep bringing different people together.
Exactly.
That inclusivity and that
Exactly.
diversity. So kudos
Even the age range of our models, you can see there's a father, there's this young lady, the older lady, and of
everybody is
course-
welcome.
Exactly. And I'm a firm believer that if you're tackling education, hear me out. The moment you stop educating yourself, you're old. But the moment you keep on going and continuing with your journey in education, dear, you're young.
You're young, forever young.
Yes.
We want to be. And speaking of education, you know, I just have to link that to Road to Success as well.
Sure.
Because we like to describe what we do there as informal education. You know, there's certain things that you go to school to learn.
Exactly.
And for most people, once you're done with like your BSc or your higher degree or your master's, not everybody goes ahead for the PhD.
True.
And it's like school is done.
Yeah.
But the school of life doesn't end.
Exactly.
The school of life is like kicking you in the behind. And so we have to keep learning.
True.
Even when we are in business, when we are in our careers, we have to keep learning. And I was, you know, just greatly inspired by the community. I came to the UAE and I kept asking myself, why are people not coming together, especially for Africans?
Yeah.
Because I think like in the Filipino community, you guys do a good job. You've got that community thing
smile.
going. Don't say anything different.
Yeah. There's different groups for sure, because
At
people
least you have groups.
because people have different interests, so that's how the division really create. But one thing I really like about Filipinos, because we're united in terms of if you say Filipino,
Everybody's going to
everyone
turn
is,
up.
yeah,
And that's a good thing.
Miss Universe, everyone will go for it.
I saw highlights of that. And I kept asking myself, why do we find a lot of, especially young Africans, coming to the UAE and feeling lost, feeling like, oh my God, I can't figure it out. It's difficult. And I also saw on the other side, other people who are also Africans who are doing well. And I'm like, there's got to be something missing. These guys who are doing well know something and are doing something that these other guys are not doing or don't know. And I thought we need a platform where everyone can come together.
True.
Like for instance, you've just built all of these amazing things. And even though you're still on your journey, someone who just checked into the UAE today and wants to accomplish the same thing, who's the best person to train them? The guy who's done it already. And I said, we need a platform where people can come together and learn together. And so I just want to say thank you for supporting Road to Success. You've been a big supporter from day one.
You know, Mayowa, that when you open up about the idea for Road to Success, I was definitely on board on it. It's just that I feel bad because right now we're just too busy.
Too busy. It's okay. It's okay.
But on the first Road to Success, I told Mayoma I'd be there. I was in the technical area, remember?
Yeah.
The only Filipino on the on the sea. And then I see the beauty, Mayowa. What you're doing right now is very awesome. You're connecting not just your community but also the other community as well, and it's giving opportunity. One thing I've learned here in the UAE is that establish your network. Because you'll never know, if you join a particular event, the next person sitting with you is the owner of this whatsoever building, blah, blah, blah. And that person will give you the opportunity that you're looking for a very long time. And that's the reason that you need to attend this kind of events. And I really encouraging people to join this upcoming Road to Success, because you'll never know what will happen next. And I believe the topics that you're telling to the people is like everything that they need to learn, from HR to operation to management.
It's a lot, especially if you do business or if you're in career. It's for those two people. And we have really exciting I think you should actually be one of our speakers
Wow.
for the next edition.
Sure,
So I've got my
sure.
eye on you.
Sure.
It'd be great to just come hear your story
Mhm.
and teach people teach people your process.
Yeah, especially
Help
for
them
those, especially for those who are planning to open their own business, because well, not to tell that because there are other businesses that helping people to open their own business,
Yeah.
but technically you can do it by yourself.
Yeah.
If you only know the left and right and the
True,
proper direction.
true.
And that's what we have done. So it's more of gaining all of this knowledge, and your platform, for sure, they will gain more knowledge on it. I
Awesome.
remember one of your speaker on the last event, this guy from TikTok.
Yeah, Majdi, he's coming back.
Yeah, I saw him. So it's more, I realized the importance of TikTok after that orientation. I mean, after that of his talk. And now we're injecting that TikTok knowledge that I've learned there on our own platform right now. Yeah, because usually for Filipinos, we're just into Facebook and Instagram. There's a lot of Filipinos in TikTok, but it's just short videos. But for me, how can I summarize all of this information in just a 1 minute video? And then there's social media marketing, and then I realized, okay, we can do this. And now, yeah, we're it turns out that the Reels video, the 1 minute video, are the one getting the engagements.
Absolutely.
And I learned it from your event. See?
Good stuff. That's a good review.
Mhm.
But thank you so much, Romeo. It's just you're amazing.
Thank you so much.
You're amazing. I love how you serve people
Mhm.
with your gift and your talent. If you are able to do it, you do it, and you're super creative. So
Mhm.
I would say thank you so much for sharing your story
Thank
with
you
us
so much.
on the road to success. And we say cheers to your success.
Thank you. And one more thing, if you enroll with us, just use the code Road to Success. We have exciting gifts that we'll give for the students. So
Come on now.
yeah, for your participants, just let them know we're happy to accommodate them, and for sure we have exciting gifts for you.
Exciting gifts for you. Thank you so much, Romeo.
Thank you so much,
Again,
Mayowa.
cheers to your success.